Welcome back. The details. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi held talks on Saturday with visiting German Minister of Foreign Affairs Annalena Baerbock, tackling ways of boosting bilateral ties in various domains and discussing a number of issues of mutual concern. Here is the full story. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi received on Saturday visiting German Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock. Baerbock's two-day visit to Egypt comes as part of her Middle East tour, which included Israel, Palestine and Jordan, where she discussed the Israeli-Palestinian peace process in light of the crucial role played by Egypt and Jordan in this regard. Presidential spokesperson Ambassador Bassam Radi said President el-Sisi conveyed his greetings to German Chancellor Olaf Scholz, expressing Egypt's keenness to boost bilateral ties in all domains, as Cairo considers Berlin as a cornerstone of Egyptian-European relations at large. For her part, Baerbock expressed his country's appreciation to the deeply rooted relations that bind the two nations, considering Egypt as a pillar of stability in the Middle East, in addition to its pivotal role and its activities in fighting illegal migration and terrorism, as well as hosting millions of refugees and installing principles of religious tolerance to be a role model regionally and internationally. The two sides also discussed areas of cooperation of the 27th session of the United Nations Conference of Parties on Climate Change, COP27, which will take place in Sharm el-Sheikh in November. German ambassador in Cairo, Frank Hartmann, voiced pleasure at Baerbock's early visit, noting that it demonstrates Germany's willingness to maintain a high-level dialogue with Egypt on regional and bilateral issues. Politically, Egypt and Germany have shared similar visions regarding many issues, including Libya, with Egypt participating in the two editions of the Berlin Conference, which were held over the past 2 years to help achieve political stability in the North African Arab country. Earlier, Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry had a meeting on Saturday with German counterpart Annalena Baerbock at the end of her first regional tour to the Middle East since she assumed her post in 2022. The meeting dealt with distinguished Egyptian-German relations and ways to enhance them in various fields, in addition to a number of files and issues on common interest. The two ministers held a joint press conference as Shoukry voiced the state's support for the Libyan dialogue and legitimacy of institutions, adding that the two sides reviewed the efforts exerted to bring Palestinian factions together and ways to reach a diplomatic solution to the Ukrainian file. For her part, the German minister said Egypt is one of the main dialogue partners in various domains and in dealing with climate change, as Egypt hosts COP27 later this year. The 32nd Conference of Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs kicks off on Saturday under the auspices of President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi. The conference is held under the title of Citizenship and its Impact on Achieving Social and Global Peace. Nile TV's Minna Dusui was there and filed this report.
Entitled Citizenship and its Impact on Achieving Social and Global Peace, the Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs kicks off under the auspices of His Excellency President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi.
Our conference today comes under the title of the Contract of Citizenship and its Impact on Societal and Global Peace. You know that the topic of citizenship is very important nowadays because countries need citizenship. I mean that when all citizens treated in the same way, so they have the same rights and they are liable for the same duties, this is the only guarantee for these countries to develop and progress. But if we divide it, you know, with different topics, with different slogans, this will not be a reason for progress or prosperity at all.
It is the subject about the civilization. It is very important because right now, right at the moment, it's most important to prove or to talk about that Islam is for the peace. Yeah. So we have responsibility as religious men to explain all the people or all the world that Islam is not against the peace, or in contrary, Islam is coming for the peace in the world.
The international conference is held for 2 days in the presence of His Excellency Minister of Endowment, Muhammad Mukhtar Goma, and a number of foreign ministers, clergies, and elite scholars. The Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs in its 32nd edition is an international conference in the presence of Egyptian and foreign ministers, religious icons, and elite scholars. The conference combats terrorism that takes place around the world and confronts the negative effects on the citizens through dialogue and moderate thinking. In his words during the opening ceremony, Minister of Endowment Muhammad Mukhtar Gom'a said Egypt is keen on spreading moderate thinking and cement a distinguished relationship between Muslims and others, adding that all citizens have equal rights and are free to hold their own rituals.
In this world that we are facing many extremism in all over the world, so dialogues like this is very important to put the points and to pinpoint the principles that are the pillars of our societies, and it is a very big stage to have a free and safe room to discuss about the principles of the religion, and also is a big achievement to continue with the dialogue between the interreligious dialogue between Islam and Christians.
It is worth noting that the conference is held in Cairo in the period from 12th to 13th of February, including 9 axes, which are the development of the concept of the state of a humane perspective, national state legality, citizenship contracts regulation, the contract of citizenship and social protection, the citizenship contract and its impact on achieving social security, and last axis is the commitment of citizenship contract and achieving world peace. Under the leadership of His Excellency President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, the Supreme Council of Islamic Affairs held its international conference in its 32nd edition to tackle the importance of contract citizenship and its impact on world peace. Minna Dessou, Inal TV International.